Hey everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
All right, that is right, Mr. Phil Breeden from LC. I think so. From LC Barbecue, you are watching and listening the So Smokin' Gooder Show if you're listening on podcast. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Rob Arocha, and I'm coming to you from the Bullhorn headquarters in Cypress, Texas. Show number 3 in a row, Case. What's going on here?
Dude, I'm telling you, lots to talk about. Maybe.
Yeah, what is going on here? Well, we have a possible hiccup going on as we speak. We'll see how we navigate that. But for those tuning in, thank you very much. Again, show number 3 in a row. That's a big time for us. How'd you like that Phil Breeden little intro, Case?
That was pretty impressive. I didn't know we had that kind of star power, so thank you to Phil.
Thank you to Phil. Absolutely. If you guys want...
Jealous of that beard grab.
That was cool. That was cool. Just like he did with the little personality. If you guys want to do a little clip like that, this is Rob with Bullhorn Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. We'd love to get you on. We'd love to highlight you on our show. So if you're interested in doing something like that, do a little 10, 15 second little clip and send it in to me over at rob@bullhornbbq.com, and we will get you as a show promo. Phil was all about it. I love him. Thank you very much, Phil, with LC Barbecue for that. Anyway, so like I said, we have a hiccup, maybe. Our guests are not in the lobby just yet, but we have a show tonight. We have a great show tonight. I've been watching a lot of shows out there, kind of scoping out the competition, and they all say we have a great show tonight. And I feel like we do. We do. If our guests do show up, we're going to have a great show tonight. But everybody says that, Case. So if it's just you and I, remind me next time. I'm just going to say we're going to have a show tonight, not so much a great show tonight. But before we get started,
just the two of us don't equal a great show.
Well, there was no volume on Phil's intro. What? I think there is Mike Bach. But before we get started any further, let me introduce my show partner, Mr. Case Hahn. What is up, Case?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a show. Lots to talk about in the world of barbecue, no matter what acronym that you choose to go with. As always, participation is fun. We've got got a little incentive for you to comment on tonight's show. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But if you're not watching us live, obviously you can find us on wherever you get your podcast from. So entertain yourself. It's Meat Prep Wednesday for those of you cooking 4 categories of meat this weekend at the Humble Rodeo. That's 4. Don't forget, pork's a category from what I've been told. And so, yeah. So if you're joining us on Meat Prep Wednesday, don't cut yourself. Don't slice yourself. Be smart like me and just order from Mandy Lugo. No, I'm joking. But welcome aboard. If you're just tuning in just to see what the hell we're going to do tonight, welcome to all you guys too. So, but yeah, however you get to us, you found us, and we appreciate it.
As I mentioned, we do have a great show tonight. We're going to have Sarah and Matt Walker of Boomerang Barbecue. For those, I know this is a really kind of focused on Texas, even IBCA type events, but I know you know the name Matt and Sarah Walker from Boomerang Barbecue. Case, I don't know if you know them or not, but so we're going to introduce you guys to them. These were the 2019 Team of the Year in KCBS. They had a hell of a run 2019. They also had a great run last year, and we're going to talk to them about the challenges of last year. And basically, I'd love to get their input on some Texas style sanctioning bodies down here versus KCBS. So we're going to talk to them here in just a minute. They are waiting in the lobby. That was the hiccup, but they're in. We got them. They're here. And then after that, there is a big cook-off. I've been calling it the Rumble in Humble. I don't know if they're calling it that, but if they're not, they should be, because it's 130 teams that are going to be filling up a parking lot in Humble, Texas for the Humble Barbecue and Rodeo. So that's going to be a big time event. It's a KCBS event. So if you guys want to learn a little bit about KCBS, tonight is the show to do that. So we're going to get Sarah on here in just a minute I think she's ready, but we're going to give her just a couple more seconds to get completely ready. But Casey, are you ready? What do you know about KCBS, Casey? You've done a few of these things.
Yeah, they're called the American Royal, and that's the only KCBS events that we've done. So,
as we mentioned before, that's highly not recommended to do your first 4 KCBS events at the Royal.
So guests we have coming on tonight, one of our sponsors is Diamond Shine. Diamond Shine is just a remarkable product that we use to keep stainless clean, especially on our RegTech grills. And Diamond Shine was nice enough to send me a product. If you've never used this stuff, it's absolutely insane. It's anything metal, glass, stainless, chrome faucets in your house. Trust me, it'll make them look good. Tonight, we're going to have some fun in the comments. We'll go back and we'll either, as the show goes on, Rob likes to highlight your comments, whether they be funny, informational, good questions. But tonight we'll pick somebody in the group that like that one. Shell, there's a comment like that one. And I don't know if it makes us laugh or not you, Justin. But if it gets us entertained or it's a good comment, we'll pick one of y'all. We'll get some information from you and we'll send you a bottle of it. And trust me, once you start cleaning with this stuff, it's absolutely awesome on anything stainless. So if you got stainless glass, anything around the house, metals, but especially those of us that run stainless steel on our barbecue pits, trust me, this is your friend. You don't need a lot of it. So the best comment of the night, the brightest shining comment, whether you made fun of Rob or myself or you ask a good question, we'll highlight them and we'll pick one, and then we'll get with you and send you some products. So how about that? Free stuff tonight on the show. Free stuff. All
right. You've mentioned Diamond Shine. I'm wearing a Eureka Heights Brew Company t-shirt. Oscar's in the comments hitting up Cosmos Glazes. That is telling me it's time for some sponsor love. Let's give some love to our sponsors, and let's bust out something new to the show. You ready, Case? Are you ready for this?
You've had way too much free time this week.
I know, but let's bring it up. Let's bring up what I've been doing on my free time. Here we go.
Shout out to our great sponsors, RegTech Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Wow, you have had way too much free time, but thank you to all those guys that make it possible.
Man, we got that voiceover actor on the cheap too, bro. Let me tell you. But sincerely, thank you to our sponsors. Those are the sponsors for 2020 and the first part of 2021. We're gonna come out. And we're gonna hopefully get some new sponsors this year. We want to improve this show, and for that, we need some new equipment, bro. And we want to get out in the field and start talking to some people and doing some stuff like that. So if you're interested in sponsoring our show, you're welcome to do that as well. We'd love to hear from you. You can email the show at rob@bullhornbbq.com. All right. Well, now that is out of the way, thank you, Justin Taylor. Put that on the top of the list for the Diamond Shine product for later, Case. For now.
No, Justin will not be winning the Diamond. Sorry, someone make a better comment than Justin Taylor. That'd be great.
All right. Enough of that. Enough of us. Let's get Miss Sarah Walker on the show. Hi, Sarah. She is from Boomerang. I almost said Boomerang Barbecue out of Lubbock, Texas. How are you, Sarah? Thanks for joining the show.
Doing wonderful. Matt's on his way, so he'll be with us shortly.
It's okay. It's okay. I was really getting concerned. I was like, oh my gosh. I've been promoting this deal, and I always tease Matt, and I think I'll bring it up to you. But we had that Texas Pitmasters virtual challenge, and I told Matt that he was snubbed and that he should have been on it, and he's actually told me a little pissed him off a little bit, and maybe you as well. I was like, he's getting back at us, Case. He's not going to show. He's gonna ghost us.
Can the first thing you clarify? Lubbock is in Texas, correct? I mean, Texas. You are in Texas.
We are the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So, yes, we are from Lubbock. Both Matt and I are born and raised in Texas. So, we are Texas born and raised through and through.
So Rob, can you explain the selection process again? Because I wasn't included. So hey, don't be mad at me.
Hey, you're gonna just take yourself out of it. Yeah, I want to know the selection process. I mean, to be honest, my feelings were a little hurt because when we compete, and we represent Texas. You know, when we compete nationally, our autos in the Jack, and you know, at the Royal, we're 2-dayers, and we represent our Texas proud.
Well, I can't give you an answer you're gonna like. There was a selection. There was a selection committee. Y'all were on the board, and I mentioned it at the time, and I would put them all out there again, but I just
put them out there.
I don't remember everybody. I know Bill Parvis was a part of it. Aaron Leslie, myself, Roddy, Kevin Caldwell. There was a few, and y'all were right on the list. And
I just want to throw out that I made it, and I cook 2 events a year. I just want to throw it out there.
Be quiet, Case. You're not helping Mike.
Me too. The year we ran for Team of the Year. So
look at this guy, Aaron Leslie. I voted y'all in. Be quiet, Aaron.
I'm glad you said that, Aaron.
Be quiet, Aaron. I'm not sure that's exactly.
You're my neighbor down here in Midland. I'm from Midland, Aaron. So don't get me wrong.
Well, I'm glad it pissed you off. That's good because you guys are well deserving of that, and we're going to do another one this year, and for sure, we'll see what the selection committee does this year.
Can my 35 grands qualify me for it?
Wow.
It was funny because I asked Matt, or Matt said, "Hey man, when can I be on the show?" Of course, I'm teasing him. I was like, "You got to win a little more, bro. Got to win a little more, you guys."
What do I have to do?
But
I'm Rib Queen.
You are the Rib Queen.
I feel bad for making it in the 68. I think so. They picked 68 teams, and you weren't in the 68.
Case, be quiet.
I mean, I got a call at the IBCA Showdown, and I believe a 6th or 7th place brisket, and then Matt got a 3rd place brisket in the IBCA Showdown, and I guess 2019. So I was proud of my call. I was like, heck yeah, I cooked on a gateway, and that brisket was bomb that day. So,
do you know you hurt Rob's feelings in Waco? Are you aware of this?
In Waco?
Yes. Like
here in November?
Yes.
Where I GC'd again? We GC'd again in Waco?
Yes. Y'all did GC again. Now I told this story to Case, and because I thought, they may be pissed and they may not be on the show. But I told the story that, and you probably don't remember it, but it was early morning. I was the team that showed up late and helped it make a qualifier of 25 teams. Yes. And I didn't have everything. And so I went to Bill early morning it was Sunday at this point, and you were talking to Bill. You had your dog, Mr. Floyd, with you, and I guess you were wrapping it up, but I came up to you and I said, "Good morning," and then you were wrapping it. It's like, "All right, bye, Bill," and you just took off, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "She
rightfully so.
She is pissed
rightfully
off."
So.
And so.
Don't get too offended. I'm not a great morning person. Sometimes I just got to take Floyd to the bathroom. If it's like I got morning duties, I got to go in and butter and sauce and wrap. I help Matt I do all the wraps. So I do all the rib wraps and pork wraps. So, I got to get going. And sometimes
slow down. Some of us are taking notes.
Hey, well, let's talk about that. 2019 Team of the Year. Was it? How many grants did y'all have that year? Was it the 30? That's crazy. And Cook just.
We can double check with Matt. He'll go ahead and give you the clarification, but I believe it was 17.
And like I mentioned, you guys are in Lubbock, Texas, so there's not a whole bunch around you as far as cook-offs. So everywhere you're going is a travel. It's lots of preparation, lots of travel, lots of windshield time, screen time, and so. Just talk about that whole year, and was it stressful? Did it put a strain on you guys, or was it smooth? I mean, I know when you do a few cooks in a row, you learn, you just got your processes down, but I'm sure it's still pretty trying on you guys.
It is, let's go back to 2018 when we reserved KCBS. We were 2nd place in KCBS, and I think that kind of got us ready for 2019. We came behind getting basted, which is Brad Leitinger, by 1 point. That means that we had the same amount of grands, but we had one less team at a contest, so it cost that reserve grand champion overall in the KCBS that year. So I think we had a slight chip on our shoulder, and we had goals. And Matt said, I'm going to try to win it again. And we just kept our hands hot and just tried to be consistent in everything we did. So from 2018, our 2019 season rolled, and Matt's goal was always, we all started this was just getting to the Jack was an auto was the whole goal. And then we progressed from there as far as going as for team of the year. And it was just a lot of fun. And the grands, we were blessed, and we were just trying to, tweak our process and get our process down. But as far as our process during the week, traveling that far and around and about everywhere, it definitely takes both of us to do it. There was some times where I would have to clean Big Red or, double Yoder, and that is not a fun job, and I don't like to do it. So, but it helps Matt out. And sometimes we both have, businesses. Matt's a master electrician and I'm an esthetician, so I work in a salon. So we have to come back and put our, take our barbecue hat off and put our business hat back on. And, but as far as our process going, Monday's kind of like we got to clean and pull everything out of the RV, park our, smoker back in the garage. Then we start kind of getting our meat selection ready if we have to reorder meat and all that kind of good stuff is, usually Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, we try to veg out, watch a movie, and just kind of regroup, wash clothes and all that kind of good stuff. Wednesday, trimming meat. Matt's trimming meat on Wednesday, and, that's his job. I don't mess with any of the meat trimming or anything like that. He trims all the meat, gets it ready for us, and I get the RV ready. That means loading up food and loading up, I have a box for each category, and I'm the one that makes sure that we have all those sauces and rub and debs in there and make sure it gets to where it needs to be. And then Thursday, we're loading up and on the road.
My God, you're making me tired. You're already making me tired.
Yeah. So after getting that close and then turn around and having to truly dig another year back to back, what keeps you guys going down the road? Is there, is it something that you do as a couple, just a passion? What got you into it ultimately? Because, a lot of us like to barbecue, but I can tell you, I don't want it. That I'm exhausted listening to just that one. And that's why I only do 2 cooks a year.
Goal is to win team of the year. And, really, that kind of came later. Honestly, the goal was to qualify for the Jack. And then once we were qualified, you're like, okay, we're qualified. And then you guys start looking about mid-year, June, July, see where you start standing and ranking and whatnot. And then, you kind of, okay, well, I can, keep going towards the end. But then you think, okay, July, August, you get your qualification for the Jack, then we've got the Royal coming up. So we've got to keep our hands hot and keep, our process going for the Royal. And after the Royal, a few weeks later, you've got the Jack. So you want to stay consistent. You want to keep your hands hot. You want to, if you need to, if your brisket's not where it's at, or your pork or your ribs, and you're always just kind of making little minor tweaks here and there. And you'll hear all the good cooks say that. I do follow a recipe, but there are times where I do kind of have to change throughout the season. And that's something that both Matt and I talk about. A slight change in our cook is discussed between both of us, and it's really important for both of us. And, we try to keep that momentum going. And it's hard. Sometimes, we're sitting there like, why are we doing this? And it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and a lot of hard work and dedication in there as well.
Yeah, so you kind of mentioned that it takes a little while to get into the season. Then you kind of realize where you are in the standings and stuff. How many teams actually chase that team of the year?
I would say anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000. Chase.
Like go after like you guys are doing it. I know
about 100.
Wow.
Or more, maybe. Yeah. It just kind of depends, and the overall is a big thing. But then, there's a lot of people that just go for categories: brisket, chicken, and pork, and ribs. So once they go for the categories, people get stuck on, I'm going to go for a category.
So y'all are the rib king and queen. Is that still? I see Matt must be showing up. All right, what's up, Matt? How are you, buddy?
Good, man.
Well, you missed
I'm not even sure we need Matt. We're doing pretty good.
I know. I'm just gonna sit over in the corner, Dan. Hey, let's set it up like this.
So we already talked about the snub, and she admitted that she was a little pissed off about it. I know you were pissed off about it.
I think like we were just pissed off at the time. So I think you just came at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Well, just think about this too while you're at it, since you've moved on.
Shut up, all right, Case.
Rob also does show selection.
I hugged him and I told him I loved him at a contest, and I
Yes,
don't know
you
if
did.
that's not enough.
True
I don't know
story.
what else to do.
Was that
Well, I
in
can tell you,
Well, I snubbed him.
And you got to see that grand championship too, right there. Thanks. For
I
looking
did.
up.
I did. I saw it on Saturday in Waco. I've seen a few of yours, a couple at least. At
hey,
least.
listen, Rob made sure you weren't in the top 68 for the thing, but he did ensure that you made the 63rd show of the So Smokin' Gooder Show. How about that, guys?
Oh wow, dude.
How about that Robert Roach? He's a nice guy.
Long overdue, but thank you guys. I was telling Sarah, man, I thought y'all were so pissed you were ghosting us. I was like, Case and I had a conversation like, I think they're gonna just ghost us here, man.
I was moving a bunch of trash from one spot to the other, doing the barbecue shuffle, and I was thinking on the way, I said, man, you know what would really be funny is if we just didn't go on. That would be the best.
Oh, what you guys don't know is he was.
We're not like that in Lubbock, Texas. See,
There you
there's
go.
differences in Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're in Lubbock, Texas. You are from down there. There's different.
Well, I can tell you, he was calling you like a crazy ex-girlfriend pre-show.
Where's Fred Robles? Has he started commenting yet? Is he trying to get me going yet?
Fred is probably he's probably waiting on you. I don't know. I haven't seen him in the comments just yet. He's all busy with the Champions Barbecue Alliance, but
fair enough.
So we
when is that coming to Lubbock, Texas?
Soon, brother, soon.
Soon.
We're hoping next month we'll have an event, at least maybe an official event, but I don't want to get ahead of myself on that.
Okay, I'll lean back then.
Yes. So Texas, you are a Texas cook. She mentioned you guys are Lubbock, born and raised in Texas, but y'all don't do a lot of the quote unquote Texas sanctioning bodies. What drove your decision, and how many did you do prior, and what kind of drives your decision to go into that KCBS realm?
26. I think we did 26 IBCAs, and then we won. Even though on the so when we won Region 5, so they did it by regions, and we were nowhere close to the I think we were like maybe 68th in the IBCA that year, but we won Region 5. So what they did is they redid the regions. So when they redid the regions on the IBCA, I looked it up because I was pretty proud of it. And now it says JD won it. And I was like, man, it just doesn't matter what I do in life. JD always going to beat me. So now, but in the record books, our first year, because then Midland was Region 4. Midland was Region 4, and then Lubbock above was Region 5. So I won Region 5. And they gave me a plaque, and it said Region 5, top 5. And I was like, they didn't even give me a trophy that said that I won the thing. They said I was top 5. And I was like, wow. So really and truly, I can't even prove this. I would have to go into the record books of the IBCA to prove this, but that really happened. So we actually won. So we are a little bit decorated. No Fred Robles by any means, but we are a little bit decorated in the IBCA. But in the record books, it looks like JD won it. So anyway.
So that
probably 26 IBCAs before we started the KCBS.
So did that tick you off? Is that why you went to KCBS?
No, our first case, we just got addicted. It was just the 30-minute turn-ins just hooked us just like that. And so we did our first one at Red Raider Meat with Kirk Pittman and the whole crew from up here. And anyway, that was our first KCBS. And then ever since that KCBS, we got 10th overall with no calls. No, we got 11th overall with no calls. And we were hooked because we were like, dang, we're pretty good at this. We're pretty good at all 4 meets and presentations. So we just right then, we were like, anytime there was another KCBS anywhere around like New Mexico, anywhere, we were off and running. So because we're just in the right spot. We're Lubbock, you can go straight up to Oklahoma City and get anywhere real fast, which see, that's how Travis made his run. He's in Oklahoma City, so he can just go. So he's beating us by 6 hours every weekend? About 5.5. So we like to do a lot in Kansas, but we have a little bit of an IBCA history to answer your question. And I would like to go back into the record books. And if the computer program can start when the regions were actually divided the second time, not the first time, then I could still be Region 5 winner in what year was that?
2017, 16.
We'll call it 2016. Look it up.
You wanted to tell you were talking to somebody from Lubbock. Did you catch all that? Listen, we start driving. They're 6 hours ahead of us, but we all end up in the same spot. Like, it's exhausting. Which, like, you blew through it earlier. Like, well, we got to go to the Royal. Then we got to go to – guys, we're talking about Lubbock to Kansas City, Lubbock to Lynchburg, Tennessee. And you know you're from Lubbock. You're talking like half a day travel time.
The route to Amarillo to Oklahoma City so many times that we have stops that we have to make. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as we leave over here, we got to stop in Plainview and get some
Leals.
Leals.
To have like the same Mexican.
Same thing. And then like they have a top deck and a lower deck. So if they set us on the lower deck, there's about a 95% chance we're winning grand. I mean, it's just what it is. I'm just telling you, that's what it is. So like, it's really, no, I shouldn't have said that. JD is going to go, JD Henley is going to go over there and tip the waitress to always put me in the upper deck. Because if I'm in the upper deck, maybe top 10. But if she puts me in that lower deck, it's a good day.
Do you have any idea the mileage it took to win that Cook of the Year?
Yeah. No. Okay. I quit counting, but I do know how many miles it took me to chase Brad Laginger around USA, America. And that is almost 70,000 miles.
Oh my gosh.
52 events. We were
nuts, man.
The second year, the one I won it, I locked it down pretty early, like in May. It was crazy. Like I just popped a lot quick. And so like that year we did like 46,000 miles. So the second year was actually the year I won was a lot less stressful than trying to chase Brad down, and he still got us. So anyway.
So a question from the audience: did y'all take any classes when y'all first got started in this thing?
Yes, sir. We took my first class was help me out.
A lot of bull.
No, yes, it was a lot of bull. Yep, that was my first class ever.
That's Mike and Debbie Davis.
Kirk Pittman was his right-hand man in that class, and it was a very good class. And a lot of people from West Texas was in that class. A lot of people that I still talk to today. A lot of people that come to our ugly sweater party I met there, which is crazy. That was my very first one. So 2 weeks later, we flew to Atlanta, Georgia, and went to Myron Mixon's class. So we had 2 back-to-back class by 2 legends.
Nice.
And we went right out after that and did like a local event. And I swear to this day, it was still some of our best food we've ever. I don't know what it was, but we were clicking that day. And a guy named Mike Begnell, who builds houses in Lubbock, Texas, witnessed the whole thing. And when Sarah and him were turning in, so we were turning in just like a real event. Everything was going good, but man, those ribs came out, and me and Sarah were like, "Wow, those are as good as Mike's." And right then, I'm talking about as good as Mike's in the class. We were like, we pretty much copied that to the perfection. Nice. And Mike Begnell looked at me and said, "Man, those are the best ribs I've ever had." We didn't get a call. I won that thing later, though. Later on, I got my redemption. The very next year, I won that and then backdoored it and won Andrews, which was our first. There was at least 80 teams there, and we won Andrews in an IBCA, our first IBCA, second IBCA win in Andrews. And it was a nice one, man. I mean, everybody was there from here. So that was that's one of our cherished moments right there is the Texas IBCA Andrews. It was I would like to go back. Especially since I'm not making a run. I love that event. And it's an IBCA, and everything about it is good. The setup, I think they might have moved it since we went, but it was a very good event. So we're going to get back to hitting some of these events that we love. You know what I mean? Especially if they're close to the house, we're going to be working a lot. So
good.
Anything that's close to the house, we're hitting.
So is anything actually close to the house in Lubbock? I just wanted to throw that out.
Yes. That means an 18-hour range.
Yeah.
So would you say you guys were one of the first like Texas teams to really hit IB or KCBS? Or were there other ones out there doing it?
No, sir. No, we're not the first Texas KCBS team at all.
I know
But we had a great run in the KCBS, and we're a proud Texas team that made a good run at the KCBS, and we're proud to be KCBS. And we all put hashtag I am KCBS. So we love the IBCA. We love the KCBS. We really are interested in doing any kind of events that are big and help us out. So our second step to this is we're opening a food truck / event center in the next month, and we're super happy about that. Man, we have been working like my shoulder hurts. I've been acting like I'm young, but I'm not. So I've had my nephews down there, man. We got floors in. The spot is really cool. I don't have to move the trailer now, so we'll be serving right there. If you need any events done in Lubbock, Texas, man, I mean, give us a month. We'll be open. So like Sarah says, my dream is coming true. I don't know if this is Sarah's dream, but my dream is definitely coming true. She's standing next to me, so we're happy about this, super happy, and I'm glad to be on your show, and I'm glad to say it on your show that Lubbock, Texas, we're happy to be here, and we're 7-time world champions, and the spot's going to be popping, and everybody around us is cool with it. It's kind of a different location, you know. It's off the beaten path, but close enough to 82nd to just be really, really fun. So
awesome.
Anyway,
congratulations and much success to you guys. That's really awesome. So Texas cooks, you know, on this show, a lot of Texas cooks, you know, a lot of IBCA cooks are watching this show or kind of watch this show. What advice would you guys give? You know, there's a big KCBS event here in Houston. I guess you guys aren't going to be there, unfortunately. We're hoping to see you. But there's some myths out there that used to be, if you go cook KCBS, you got to sweeten everything up. You got to add a bunch of sugar. Is that true? Was that ever true? And
I mean, like,
how does it filter now?
Was it false information? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I mean, like, there are regions of the country that love it sweet, and I mean, and you can go to the local barbecue joint and see how much sweet they like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be your peers judging you, and so even though they're qualified judges, most of the time these judges don't have to travel like they do. So non-COVID years, you might get the mayor or whatever out there, but you know, COVID kind of changed that to make the judges have to travel more, and that's been happening. But other than that, you kind of can just go by the region. I mean, like, yeah, they like a little sweet sometimes. They like a little pop. So do I think that that's a like Mythbuster shit? Do you need to sweeten it up? I don't know, bro. I mean, I obviously couldn't find the fucking profile.
I was on the edge of my seat waiting for this answer, by the way.
I don't know, bro.
So my answer to that is, yeah, they probably like it sweet in some spots and not as sweet in others.
Give him the diamond shine for the top comment of the night right there.
What was the comment? Let me know.
I don't know, bro. That was it. Okay. Your comment.
Yeah, if we get your address, we'll just be sending you the comment. So real quick, we kind of jumped into it. Where'd the name come from? Where'd your team name come from? And then I know you mentioned earlier about your Yoder, but while we got you on here, is there, what kind of, do you have multiple pits that you like to run? Or is there a certain thing that you got down? So tell us kind of where the name came from, and then what kind of equipment are you using on the road?
Go for it, man.
Well, we use a double Yoder. You have a stick burner and then the pellet Yoder.
So that's a Yoder Cimarron stick burner and the 1500 pellet.
Boy, nice.
I know we've got all our dogs running around here going nuts. And we call her Big Red. She got stolen out in front of our duplex, and I mean, they just chained the whole thing around and yanked it out. And we had it for like a month.
She was a month old, yeah.
And we were just like making pizzas and stuff on it. We weren't even competing. And they stole it. And when they stole it, I told the police officer, gave him all the work and everything, and I put it on Facebook. The news came out, and it was gone for 7 months. Mm-hmm. And the guy that Matt was getting wood from, he said, what did he tell you? To pick up?
Nah, I have been getting wood from him, and then I didn't go back out there for a while. And this guy's funny because, like, his picture has been the picture of his sign has been in the newspaper because he hackles people on his sign out front. He's kind of out in the country. So it's kind of funny. He's kind of a character, and you have to call him to come out there to get your wood. So anyway, so that's the guy. And I was like, man, he's like, where you been? And I said, man, I just barely got my pit back, bro, just like recently. And so we put all that wood back, and he looks at me. He said, all right, Boomerang, or something like that. And I called Sarah right after that, and I was like, he just named us Boomerang. I like it because he was like, I haven't seen you in 7 months. You come back to the same place to get wood that you have been getting wood, and you got your pit back. He's like, Boomerang. I was like, okay. So we're not Australian or any of that, but it was just like, it's a funny thing that happened with a local guy that he could back up. You know what I'm saying? If we go out there and ask him, he knows he named us. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy with because I didn't know anything about competition barbecue. I was just trying to find a place to get wood, which most people around here have firewood. I finally figured out, and you need to kind of look around for different kinds of wood. But at the time, that's where I got it. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He said Boomerang, so it just stuck with us. So we were Boomerang Barbecue, and 7 months later, about 20 miles away from Lubbock in Abernathy, they found our pit, and it was just abandoned in the middle of the road. And they called about 7 o'clock in the morning.
We've never repaid you, Abernathy, Texas. So the city of Abernathy, as soon as we open, you get free food. Just letting you know. I'm sorry. Thank you. And I never got over there. Okay, whatever. Yeah, wait. That's a big town. That's a big town. No. The whole town will come over. Just clean me out.
So Matt, I got a question to ask you. I heard you mention one time that when you don't win at a contest, it irks you, it ticks you off a little bit. And you mentioned
I said that, sir.
You mentioned
Do
that.
I need a lawyer on this show?
No, absolutely not.
Possibly.
Absolutely
I like
not.
This is going.
I'm not putting you on the spot here. I'm just asking you a question here. You related it to like professional sports. These guys get pissed off when they lose. And is it okay? Can we make it a thing? It could be okay to get ticked off.
Okay. So this is what I try to do. I'll get back to screen. Okay. So this is what I try to do. So one thing is probably not take it so seriously. So like some of my thing is like everything that I do has a budget, right? You get what I'm saying? Like my stuff has a budget. Everything has a budget. So like, the barbecue budget is what it is, right? But there goes the time frame. You know what I'm saying? I could be a guy. I would love to be a guy that just does 10 a year or whatever, 11 a year, and it's just fun and a hobby. But all of a sudden, it becomes like in my new spot, I have a shop, and I'm already wanting to put a basketball goal because I don't believe that my 24-year-old nephews can beat me in basketball. They think that they can. So like we're already gonna put a basketball goal, and every time somebody smarts off to me, they got to beat me at basketball. And as soon as somebody can beat me at basketball and work for me, then they can tell me what to do. But anyway, so it becomes like that for me. So can we get mad afterwards? Yes. The thing is, like, I try to count to 10 and all that stuff and then walk to my camp. And if you see me leave real fast, you already know, man. I hope I don't run anybody over because I'm trying to get out there as fast as I can because as soon as I can get away from there 15 minutes, I'm pulling over and I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm like throwing rocks and it's not. But then when I get hung there afterwards, I'm always fixing to do something dumb or say something dumb I get super mad, man.
It's okay to get mad. Sarah mentioned before you got here everything that y'all put into it. So
we go watch Coach Beard. So if you ever get a chance, watch Texas Tech basketball on TV and watch Coach Beard. And it's even better when he doesn't have to wear his mask. But nowadays, he's getting to where when he gets so mad, when he's mad, he just takes his mask off. But I love watching him. And, like, he's always down for his team. And if he has to run over there and get straight up in the middle of a ref, he'll do it. And if he has to do it 10 times, he'll still do it. And it's almost the attitude of the whole town now. We just, all want to watch Coach Beard. And then we want to try that, see if we can run up on the ref. Most of the time, it doesn't work for me. But he can do it all the time. So I love his fire and what he tries to tell people and how his kids respond to him and his whole attitude. So like I see him get mad. And like afterwards they make him do an interview. No, they don't. If they lose, you don't get to talk to him. If they win, you get to talk to him. And you can book that too. I've never heard an interview when he loses. He doesn't do them. So if they win, they can get an interview with him. I don't know how long that.
Right after.
Boom.
He'll be later on.
Yeah, because he got anyway. So watch Coach Beard out there. We love.
Oscar says it's gummy time at that point. Gummy time. Gummy, the gummies. Yes.
What is it? What are they talking about?
Gummies.
Gummies. Take a gummy. They're saying it's gummy time at that point whenever we get so mad. I think it's okay. I like
Fill me in. What is this you're talking about? I'm from Texas.
Oh, I don't even know. I've never had a gummy in my entire
Me neither. I mean,
couple weeks anyway.
The last time I heard about something like that, it was bad. You know what I mean? Like a gummy.
Robert Smith did confirm in the comments that you can be a little aggressive.
So Robert Smith got the gummies. Is that what you're telling me?
He might.
He might.
He might. He might. So
it wasn't me. I know that.
Well, we could go on and on with you guys because this is a good one. But I do have someone in. But I do want to ask you a couple last thing.
Back to the subject at hand because I missed some stuff. So you had 64 teams, just like the. Just
68.
Like hey, the funny thing is, the reason why I know this is because I go to the Big 12 championship with the National Barbecue League. And since Blues Hog is a sponsor of that, that's why I also, like I do things. And so, so at the Big 12, so I kind of understand. So 64 teams. So where did we rank in Texas?
60. Just to be clear, it was 68 because there was a wild card round.
The whole
and I didn't go the wild card round.
I'll tell you, the whole deciding factor was that y'all don't cook enough in Texas. Is what?
That's bullshit. I'm 2017 Region 5 winner. I will get that proven, and I will put that back on. Hey, I know the IBCA snubbed me, and you know what else? The IBCA is kind of good at snubbing a few folks here and there all the time, but you need to clear that up, IBCA. Quit snubbing.
Listen, at the end of the day,
hey,
I love you. You were KCBS Cook of the Year, and you were on the 64th edition of the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Sarah gives me a signal when it's time for me to exit left.
I saw it. She hit your hand. But oh my God, Matt, we love you. Sarah, we love you. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We need to do this again, and it won't take 62 episodes to do it again. Thank you. We're gonna miss you this weekend in Humble, but I understand y'all got lots of things and
We've
works.
got big things here in Lubbock. We've got flooring that was being put down. He's doing all the electrical. We're getting some stuff framed up in there, and it's going to be awesome. We're super excited, and we hope if y'all ever come out to Lubbock that y'all stop and support us, and we'll give you some great food.
Absolutely. Did y'all just break that on this show? Thank you very much.
Yes, it's very new. We bought our trailer, I think back in December. I think we finalized everything. So everything's coming together really fast.
I saw the picture. Congratulations. That thing looks awesome.
And we just got that baby back on Thursday from our wrap guy, Lubbock Graphics. They did a fantastic job wrapping it for us. So
how did Bernie Sanders get on the end of that thing?
So I think that was, I don't know if you know Kit Boatwright. He's
I
Kit did it.
Nice.
Right.
Well, Sarah, thank you, and I'm glad we cleared up the fact that you were pissed, and you did take off.
We'll make it next year.
All right. Well, thanks again. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Have a good one. Thank you for having me.
Take care. All right, Case. That was Boomerang Barbecue, Matt and Sarah Walker. They did confirm they were mad, and I knew it.
Mainly at you, which was really nice.
My intuition was correct. The fact that rightfully so, they definitely deserve to be on that. If it weren't for Aaron, Leslie, and Bill Purvis and Kevin Caldwell that booted them from the event. No, I don't know. I actually don't know how that actually went down.
Mainly Aaron, just because I think he lives the closest, and so I think if from a complaint standpoint, it's a lot closer for them to visit Aaron. So I put that all on Aaron. So
absolutely. Again, we did talk about the Humble Rodeo Barbecue Cook-Off, the KCBS. Unfortunately, they're not going to be here. The 2019 Team of the Year is not going to be in Humble for KCBS. But there are 100.
The rest of you fools.
Yeah, but there are 100. Aaron says bull crap. But there are 130 teams that will be in Humble, and I will be amongst them. So we're excited to do that. So, but right now we have Sabrina Sosa. How are you, Sabrina?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for joining the show. Sabrina is the, I'll let her tell it. Sabrina, what is your role over at the Humble Rodeo Barbecue?
I am basically just cook's captain. My job is really just babysitting y'all, making sure y'all are happy, making sure that you guys get everything that you need, making sure your questions are answered before you guys arrive. Just making sure that things run as smoothly as possible as they can for y'all.
Wonderful. Well, this isn't a show to get you on here. Lots of times we have promoters on this show to promote their event and ask cook teams to show up, but that's not the case here. You guys are full. You guys are full. You didn't need our help. You didn't need our help, but so that's a cool thing. KCBS has been with Humble for how many?
I believe this is year 4, maybe 5, but I'm pretty sure it's year 4 that they've been with us.
Very nice. And so you talk to a lot of the cook teams out there right now, right? And how do they feel about a KCBS event in Houston? I think it's cool. As a cook, I think it's cool to have an option this close to home to go out there and do a KCBS event.
I think like over the years, I guess this is like year 3 for me doing this. I kind of get mixed reviews. Sometimes I get the, why do we do KCBS? They don't know Texas barbecue. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here to help. Like, I don't know why they're here, but they are. And then we have some people who really do love it because, they give more feedback, or their judging is a little different than ICBA or whatever.
IBCA.
Yeah. They're like, we really like the way they do things, or the way they do their scoring. So yeah, I mean, I think they do a great job. They're very nice to us. Everything has gone really smoothly with them the last few years that I've been there. So I don't see the complaint because I'm not a cooker, but I like to hear feedback from everyone on why they don't want something or why they do want something. So,
Case, you have anything questions?
Yeah, no, it's a tough spot to be in because ultimately, when you have an event with that many cooks, 130 teams coming, everyone's going to have an opinion. And so
it's hard to please.
The good news is you have a full event. And we're happy for that, especially in the times that we live in. Did you run into any hiccups in their current situation that is 2021 now? Was there concerns about the event? 130, is there precautions being taken, things like that? Anytime you get an event that big.
Yeah, we were actually really worried that we weren't going to have enough teams come out and, make this happen for the kids. But, that wasn't a problem. I think once people started to see that there was a vaccine now, or there's other options that we're doing as far as with the mask protocols and 50% capacity inside of your tent. I think when they saw that we put those rules out there, they were like, all right, we can do this. So we didn't have a problem filling our spots at all, which was a great thing. But we definitely have taken different precautions to make sure that everyone is taken care of. We'll have people at the gates with masks if you happen to forget yours, or if you need sanitizer, we have different stations out there that are going to be available to use. And like I said, we are operating at 50% inside of the tent. So if you have 4 walls, that is 50%. If your thing is open, then you're pretty much okay. And we actually don't have too many teams doing big showmanship parties for that reason, because they're going to be operating only at 50%. So they're really just out there to cook this weekend.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. So if you kind of touched on it, so if there's how big are the spaces out there?
They're 30 by 40.
30 by 40. So if you have an open space, y'all aren't gonna.
Yeah, it's like 1 person per every 7 square feet, I think they're saying. And then if your tent is enclosed 4 walls, it's 1 person to every 10 feet. But I mean, honestly, I don't know how people are gonna really do that. I think they're just going to mainly look at the 50% occupancy and not really stand there and worry about, are we 7 feet or 10 feet apart from one another? That's going to be really hard to do. Because I expect a lot of people still.
This is one of the fun events that a lot of the public likes to come out to in the years past. So will there be a cutoff? Once y'all maybe feel like there's too many people on the ground?
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have more than one fire marshal out there kind of walking around monitoring things. And then another thing that we aren't having this year, just so that we could kind of cut the crowd a little, and due to their funding, they weren't able to come out, which is the carnival that a lot of people really like to go to and bring their kids out to. I think that's going to cut a lot of foot traffic down. But it's also great because it gives more people room to go into the barbecue. So. Yeah.
Robert Smith asked the question, are buses still running?
Yes, they are. So those are going to be running from Humble, from the high school. And with that, there may be a little wait time on that because if you're a couple, you can sit together. But if you're a single person, we are only doing 1 person per chair, with the chair in between. So
that guys are happy.
That could kind of back up, but we just want to be safe. So
wonderful. Case, do you have anything? I did have something that just slipped my mind, but go ahead, Case.
No, all good. So how long have you been in role doing this? And what in your right mind were you thinking to be a babysitter for 130 cooks?
I just kind of got roped into it. Like 3 years ago, Julia, who used to be over this, had a moment and she needed help, and I saw that she needed help, so I stepped in. And then she was like, "You know what?" She's like, "I really like you." We exchanged contact info, and from there, I just kind of ran with it. Took notes, and once she stepped down this past year, I was like, "Oh, it's just me now." But it hasn't been bad. I think the fact that I'm such a good communicator definitely helps that it hasn't been a rough role for me to do.
All right, the question came back into my beautiful head. So what changes are cooks going to see out there as far as from what they're used to in the past, as far as maybe, I know the turn-in times are standard, but is there anything that's different that they're going to experience out there?
Yeah, so this year, if anyone who is watching is familiar with our layout, we typically have you guys walk the turn-in tent, which is really close, like to the grounds where you guys are all cooking. This year, if you're familiar, you'll have to walk yourself to the pavilion. So you do want to factor in that walk time, because now you're going not just from your site to the tent that's typically closer, you have to walk yourself all the way to the pavilion for your turn-in. So
wow. So in years past, it's been right before the gravel, where the gravel starts, and now we're going to have to walk through the gravel and
where we typically do awards at. So you definitely want to put your running shoes on.
Will there be a? I know there's a fence there that kind of stops.
So that gate will be open. So
okay,
that change has been made. Yeah.
So it's not crazy much further, but it's still different.
Yeah, it's still about 100 feet.
And when you're talking 30-minute turn-ins, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So have you considered guys like Rob have shorter legs and possibly moving them closer to turn-in for making sure it's fair?
Oh, trust me, people fought for their spot to make sure they still stayed very close to where they were supposed to be, the closest possible to turn-in.
Do show hosts maybe get a golf cart or anything like that? Is that available for us?
He's got history at KCBS events, so no.
Golf carts are fine. Kubotas are another story.
No, he doesn't get one.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea not to give me one. But so 130 teams. That's awesome.
Check-in starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. So we're excited for that. I know a lot of people are going to be showing up right at 8 because everyone wants to see their spot. Everyone wants to get their packet, see what's in it, and kind of check everything else out. So
30 by 40. I'll go ahead, Case. Go ahead.
No, real quick, just what I had on my mind. So 130 teams. I know there's a lot of hoops to jump through, and maybe some of them that are there to have a good time can't throw as good. Can you remind everybody, while it is a great barbecue event, ultimately what this event is for, what it, the funds that are raised for, and ultimately where it goes? Just sometimes we get caught up in the barbecue and the competition side. Sometimes we forget about what these events really are for. Can you walk us through real quick, for those who aren't familiar with Humble Rodeo's events, ultimately who benefits from an event like this?
Yeah, so all the kids in the Humble ISD are going to benefit from this. It's a great opportunity, especially with, some of the seniors who are missing out on that opportunity to, really apply for scholarships or really get that play time on the field, or, the kids who go out there and do the FFA barbecue pits. There aren't going to be as many this year due to online learning, so they can't be in school. This is going to be a great opportunity for people to come out and give back, really make sure that these kids still get a fair chance, because everyone deserves that.
Very cool.
Great question, Case. Great question. All right, so they can start checking in tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you're able to stay on the grounds, I think you are able to stay on the grounds tomorrow night.
Yeah, starting tomorrow.
Perfect. And then the big contest begins on Friday with margaritas. Are you full on margaritas? Can people?
We are not. So anyone who still wants to, they can absolutely do that. It is $25 for you to sign up. So definitely bring cash. We won't be running cards or anything out there. So we have room for that still. And that will also be turned in under the pavilion. I know that somewhere along the lines, I think people thought we were still going to be going to their tent to do that, but we are asking that everyone turn it in at the pavilion.
So if Tony Tanachi's out there, he can turn in a margarita. I think they got a walk-in margarita last year. Robert asked, is there still an auction?
Yes, there still will be the auction for the pits. There just won't be as many this year. I know that they're doing other things like the fajita griller. There just won't be as many big full-size pits.
Awesome. Well, if there's anything that you want to add before we let you go.
I don't think so. I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. Is there anything I missed? Anything you guys can think of? No.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm excited about this weekend. KCBS is a big deal for some of us that don't get to cook a lot of it, and it's a good prep for the big one that Casey and I do like to attend in Kansas City. So it's good that I, for one, appreciate you guys bringing a KCBS down here to Texas. This may be the furthest down south that KCBS is. So we're excited about it, and thank you guys with the Humble Rodeo and Barbecue Cook-Off for doing it. And last thing, why don't y'all call it the Rumble and Humble? My goodness, this is pretty cool.
Why don't we call it that?
Yes, I've been calling it the Rumble, Humble.
So there is a second, there is like a smaller portion that we do that is called the Rumble and Humble. And I think because it's already used for that, they don't want to use it for our real name.
Great.
We're using it. Well, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you very much, and we'll see you this weekend out in Humble, Texas. So that's it. We appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. You guys have a great night.
Yep. You.
Bye.
Sabrina Sosa, she is the captain's cook, and hashtag
head babysitter is what I got for that.
Head babysitter.
Head babysitter. You 130 babies.
We got Dan in the house. Who's winning the Diamond Shine Cleaner? I mean, diamonds are a cook's best friend. Correct? We don't know yet. We don't know. We're going to.
I still got it, baby. I've still got it. So some of these comments I've been laughing at on my phone. So they really, I can tell you one. Hats off to Sabrina because she had to follow 2 Lubbock firecrackers, and so. But hats off, just a great personality, and that's exactly who you need in that role. Listen. Some of you guys like KCBS, some of you guys like IBCA. I'm just here to make sure that you have a good time and get meat turned in. And so that's the perfect person to run an event that size. So awesome, everybody. Good luck and Humble. Don't forget, put the green stuff in your boxes and everything like that this weekend.
Absolutely. We're not wrapping the show yet. We got the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. That'll be up just here in just a couple seconds. I think somebody that won it might be in the crowd. I think I saw his name flashing, and I do want to give an update on the Champions Barbecue Alliance. So we're going to tease that real quick. But because I spent all day yesterday making our little sponsor promo, I'm going to run it again for those that run it here. We're going to run it. Let's run that beautiful bean footage. Here we go. Shout outs right now.
Shout out to our great sponsors, Rec Tech Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Love
That's
it.
pretty awesome. Just for those of you who are complaining, if you're watching the Barbecue Central show, you'd already seen 80 commercials by now. We're limiting. We're like PBS, baby. We're limiting.
You stop calling out that show. We may or may not have gotten an email about you calling them out. Case.
I did it.
Yes. Stop calling out that show. I like that show.
Doing 4 other people.
Case, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. So it's time for the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. I got an email from somebody earlier that says, hey, how many slots are y'all calling out? Because apparently they may not have been in the top 5, and they want to hear their name called. So this is kind of a big deal for cooks. I think it is. I think it's a fun thing that we do. We highlight people that have done well in the past weekend. And so there was a big one. a big IBCA event.
Right.
I know Sabrina's got me all confused now. IBCA event in New Caney, Texas. This Hold'em and Hit'em is a big one. It's the 34th annual. We have been a part of this thing for a number of years when they were over at the Highway 6 Farm and Ranch Club. We followed them over to Pearland. Or is it? No, not Pearland.
Pasadena. Baby.
We followed them over to Pasadena, and we have not yet been able to cook a New Caney event, but you were there.
I did go out and visit. Fantastic event. Weather was a little.
Let's do the recap. Let's do the recap, and then you can give your recap of that. So IBCA, 114 teams made the trip over to New Caney, so it's a big, big deal. And we're going to go, let's see who it was. So we're going to go top 5 in chicken, but I will call out a special shout-out to number 9, Anthony Cateo with Light 'Em Up Cookers, and our sponsor, show sponsor, Destin Stanley with Fired Up Barbecue, also the barbecue store in 10th place. 5th place, Adam Martinez, Damn If I'm Poe, #AMP, Get Up Chucky. 4th place, Debbie Miller, Tequila Sunrise. A good friends of mine in 3rd place, Bell and Tom Clark with JC's Good Old Boys. 2nd place, James Garza, the Republic of Q. And in 1st place, love this guy, you love him too, Jamie Roby. They changed their name. 2 heads are better than 1. I guess they cook together, so that's good.
Yeah, they also had an SCA walk, so hats off to those guys.
That's right. Tammy had an SCA walk. Good job. In 5th place for pork spare ribs, Ed Myers, M&M Cookers. I know someone's watching right now. 7th place in pork, Fong Vong, Extreme Texas Cookers. 4th place, Gammy Perez, Cypress Backyard Cookers. 3rd place, our old buddy, Poe Meskin, Paul Martinez, 3rd place. 2nd place, Robert Smith, First Class Barbecue. I will see him this weekend. And in 1st place, Mr. Sean Larkin with the Doug, the Dirty Underwear Gang. Congratulations. And in brisket, the big bad brisket, Chris Wilder from TX BBQ AF, Texas Barbecue AF. I like that name. Nice to see that on the board. Johnny Dunn, a brisket call, which is no surprise to anyone. Bourbon Cowboy Cookers in 4th place. Rick Dixon, tied for 1st last year with myself and 2 others, Jason Sagmiller and the guy that eventually won from Chevy Cookers. Anyway, he's in 3rd place this year. Bobby Riggs, Brisket Cases, was a 2nd place brisket. And our boy, Robert Shadle, Smoke Eaters Barbecue in 1st place, brisket. So we'll go the top 10 because it's 114 teams, and it's our only show, only a cook-off we're going to call out. 10th place overall, Tom and Bell Clark with JC's Good Old Boys. 9th place, Paul Martinez, Poe Meskin Cookers. 8th place, Rick Dixon, Bottomless Pit. 7th place, James Garza, Republic of Q. In 6th place, Robert Smith, First Class Barbecue. And in 5th place, Bobby Riggs, Brisket Cases. 4th place, Jamie Roby. 2 heads are better than 1 with 10 points. In a tie for 3rd place, Debbie Miller, Tequila Sunrise with 10 points. In 2nd place, Sean Larkin, the Dirty Underwear Gang with 10 points. And 1st place brisket takes it home. Robert Shadle, Smoke Eaters Barbecue, was the grand champion. Sean Larkin, Dirty Underwear Gang, reserve grand champion.
Yeah, hats off to our buddy Robert Shadle, man. I talked to him that night, and he was just pumped. And he was excited, just trying to gather himself. You know, his son is a hell of a cook, too. We had him on. We sponsored them at the Kids Q that was at the Royal. He was a ton of help in our 10. He's a good friend. He's been on the show. He's a Houston firefighter, just an all-around great guy. Styles his own hair, does his own hairstyle all by himself because he's bald. But it was just a fantastic event. It made some rounds. Drove out this Saturday, didn't cook, hold him and hit him. And, man, it was fun to kind of not cook an event. And I got out there right at Rip Turn In and got to see a bunch of y'all. Thanks for everybody being nice and wanting to know what we've been up to. And but it was a lot of fun. So it was a fantastic event, very well run. The way they had the judging set up, it was in the same pavilion as where awards were. Dustin had a setup at the barbecue store, was there, and so I picked up some rubs I need to try because I'm still chasing steak perfection after my dead ass last results. But it was kind of fun going there and then see the judging process. So hats off to Hold'em and Hit'em does a fantastic job of getting their judges in place. And then IBCA, Sherilyn and Kevin Miller and everybody ran a fantastic judging room. And so just a great event. Hats off, Robert. Shadle, hell of a job. First ever grand champion. And took it home with that big first place brisket. And congratulations to everybody who got calls and everybody that I got to chit chat with. So it's good to see a bunch of folks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Congratulations, Shadle, again, and Sean Larkin and the Doug, the Dirty Underwear crew. Great job last weekend. 114 teams. That's nothing to shake a stick at. Is that the expression? I don't know. But anyway. So that was the bull printing, wraps and graphics, wrap up, recap. That's good. I love highlighting our friend Cheeto with bull printing, wraps and graphics. I talked to him this week, and he's going to be getting us some stickers for the So Smokin' Gooder Show. So if you guys see me in Humble, maybe I'll have some So Smokin' Gooder Show stickers. That'll be compliments of the bull printing gang over at Bull Printing, Wraps and Graphics.
Yeah, and no doubt when it comes to any of that large printing, whether it's wrapping, banners like the one that you see behind me, they are by far the best place to get that stuff done here in Houston. Located just on the Beltway near 249, literally right underneath 249. Fantastic work. They wrapped all of our trailers. They've wrapped multiple vehicles and done tons of banners and sponsorship banners for us over the years. They make sure that we look good, and they can do the same thing for you in one of the most fun environments and cool places you can ever. Hell, there's a damn monkey. So go by and see the monkey and get some fantastic work done by truly the best in the business.
They're hammering for the Phil video again. Yes, before we leave, the Phil video will happen again, and I would love to see anybody that wants to do one of those videos, send it in. So I'll hit on that.
Maybe the request for the Phil video, that could be my Diamond Shine comment of the night.
Okay then. So anyway, I teased it. We're going to have a update on the Champions Barbecue Alliance. They had their test run last weekend in Seguin. I was there. I'm not going to say that everything went off without a hiccup or two, but everything that did happen was something that is very fixable, very workable. And for our first event for the Champions Barbecue Alliance, I can just tell you guys, relax. Everything is on target. Everything's on par. We have had some issues, but we're going to, we've already have plans to work them out. So, and all of it was technology based. The judging, the scoring, everything went off without a hitch as far as that's concerned. So if you guys want to support the Champions Barbecue Alliance, there will be a second test run that's going to happen. The date is going to be February 13th. That's Valentine's Day weekend. We understand that may be an issue for some, but if you still would like to help out the Champions Barbecue Alliance, contact Roddy Trevino and we'll get you set up. We are looking for teams. We are going to run 4 meets just like we're going to do in an actual contest. And again, this is going to be another official, unofficial event for the Champions Barbecue Alliance, but you would be helping us and we would appreciate it. So if you're interested in helping us, the date's going to be February the 13th. That weekend, we're going to do a second trial run. So if you guys are interested, you want to help out the Champions Barbecue Alliance, that is one way to do that. Contact Roddy Trevino. I don't know if he's even in the comments yet, but maybe. Anyway, y'all can get a hold of Roddy. Y'all know Roddy. So everything's on par. Everything's working just as we thought. Fred's been on a few shows lately. Of course, he did his first show where, Case?
Yeah, right here. Right
here. As always, we're breaking news. Matt and Sarah Walker broke news again today. That's what we do here on this show. So all of you guys that are still sticking around an hour and 11 minutes later, thank you very much. Case, you got anything to add before we showcase the Phil video again?
Yeah, we'll get that Phil video up one more time. I can tell you this, guys. I appreciate all the comments. We'll be going through there looking for one of y'all to get some Diamond Shine. And so I'll be scrolling through that later on today unless you made fun of me too many times. But that may still win it. So But thanks for all the interaction tonight. Fantastic show. Lots of great personalities on tonight. I can tell you one of the takeaways I had from Saturday. There's opportunities. We've talked about it on the show, but it's coming to real life, and I think we're getting past it. There's a home for whatever style that you like to cook. We had a great guest on tonight talking about KCBS and Humble, and ultimately KCBS. If you're going to travel, if that's what you did, go do it. CBA sounds like you guys have some exciting things coming. IBCA, if that's your flavor, man, just go do it. Have fun cooking. SCA. Just go compete. It was fun to see a husband and wife on tonight. Someone mentioned earlier in the comments it was neat seeing a husband and wife, something like that. And so just have fun with it. Barbecue should be fun. So whether it's in your backyard or at the 130 teams in Humble this weekend, good luck, have fun, and man, just roll some smoke. No drama, just roll some smoke.
You know, in the bull printing wraps and graphics, I will go over the just the reserve grand champion and the grand champion this weekend. In the CBA, the first ever unofficial official event, the RGC was Oscar Garcia, and the grand champion of the very first ever CBA. It's not official; it's unofficial. But Carlo Casanova from Casanova Barbecue. Congratulations, guys! Shout out to Brian Crawford over at Lone Star Products. He sent over his product, which he has Crawford's barbecue, lots of spritzes, lots of rubs. This is a new product, rodeo wing sauce. Next week when we do the show, if we do a show next week, I think we're going to do a show next week. We'll talk about Humble, the recap for Humble, and we'll get a good guest on as well. Oh, I'm sorry, Oscar was fourth. Who was RGC Oscar? I'm sorry. Anyway, Brian sent over some products, so we're gonna give these away as well. We got Diamond Shine, we got Holy Smoked. They've sent over some product, or they're going to. We have Crawford's. So lots of stuff to give away on the show. We appreciate you guys doing that. And so now that we're talking about some sponsors and whatnot, roll that beautiful bean footage, Case.
You're not.
One more time.
Shout out to our great sponsors, Rec Tech Grills, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Rick's RV Rental and Repair, Holy Smoke Spice Company, Diamond Shine Cleaning Products, J. Harding and Company, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, and The Barbecue Store. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Well, I can tell you this, the takeaway from those 3 times you've maybe watched it tonight, somebody help our buddy Rick out. That guy needs a damn sponsor, needs a logo. And so Rick, a lot of guys reach out to him. He provides RVs for a lot of us on the Cook. He's a fantastic guy and does a fantastic job. But somebody out there's got to have some logo power. So help our brother out.
Absolutely. All right. That's right. David Kalinecki with Fire and Ice was the RGC. Thank you, Arnie. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I told you I was there, but I was filming, so I didn't catch everything. You forgot your first sponsor. I don't know. I don't know what Tony's talking about. But anyway, so again, we have this cool little video from Phil Breeden. If you guys want to do one of these for us, we would appreciate it. We'd love to highlight you guys on the show. If you want to do a little 30-second, 10-second, whatever, how long it takes you to do it, show some personality, please. And then say you're who and who with who and who, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show, just like Mr. Phil Breeden just did.
Hey everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
I still love that. It's good. It's good. It's good.
It's hard to follow up that, but I'll try it. Thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. Enjoyed it. Fantastic guest. Good luck to everybody cooking in Humble or around. And we're so glad after 64 shows we could get the KCBS Cook of the Year on. Our good friends out in Lubbock and Boomerang Barbecue. But enjoyed it. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody in Barbecue Nation. You too, California.
All right, there it was. Episode 62, believe it or not. We'll get called out on that. Only have 62 and 4 seasons of the show. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of this. We do appreciate it. We're hoping to take this show to the next level, and we're looking for new people to contribute. So if you're wanting to be a part of this show, you can email the show at rob@bullhorn-barbecue. But that's going to wrap up this show for tonight. Good luck to everybody cooking this weekend. If you're going to be in Humble, please stop by spot number 43. I have some great Eureka Heights Brew Company beer to share with everybody. So I'd love for you to come over there, drink a beer with me, and say hello. So anyway, that's going to wrap up the show tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you next week. That's going to wrap it up. Late.